has to be the most interesting start for an episode of the MJ Show. Also, one of the most interesting locations for an episode of the MJ Show, and a very different episode at that, if I may say so. As you can see, I'm not in my studio in Mumbai. I am in fact in a beautiful place in Goa. And sitting alongside me is the man who not just runs this place, but another phenomenal property here in Goa. So, without any further delay, let me introduce you to my guest today. He's the general manager of the Novotel Goa Resort and Spa and the Novotel Goa Candolim. Yes, so two different properties here in Goa. And rather than me saying anything, please tell everybody watching right now a little bit about yourself, introduce yourselves, and I'll tell everyone why I'm doing this conversation right now in a little while. But first, let's hear a little bit from you.
So, like he suggested, right, my name is Sachin Maheshwari and this is my 25 years in hospitality.
Wow.
And my first time working in a leisure destination like Goa. When this offer came to me, I was like super excited. I said, wow, man, I've only worked in cities which have tall buildings, box structures, and heavy clientele of corporate. Here we completely see people in a leisure environment. So I've seen those CEOs and honchos coming in suits, and now I'm seeing them in shorts. So that's an exciting part.
That is excellent. So listen, guys. So here's the thing. Mr. Sachin Maheshwari is here with me, and like I said, with my wife and my son Neha and Neil, we are here for a little vacation, and I was enjoying myself so much. We got talking. We met up here at the bar, and I said, you know what? I'd love to find out a little bit more about you and let you guys get to know a little bit more about this beautiful Novotel property. First things first, before we even get into how beautiful it looks and all the facilities that are here, we're sitting here at the Food Exchange, which is the restaurant inside, one of the two restaurants inside Novotel Goa Resort and Spa, and I have to tell you, every meal I've had since yesterday has been impeccable. So we're going to definitely be talking about the food. Before we get into the food, then tell me a little bit more about yourself. You said you spent 25 years already in the hospitality industry. Before you came to Goa, like you said, you've been in multiple cities, very corporate structure, kind of an audience. Tell us a little bit about some of the interesting places that you worked in before coming to Goa.
Yeah, so first of all, thank you for appreciating the food. I would give the credit to my chefs. They work really hard to bring this food out.
Yeah.
And I can see their passion, and you'll see some of it later as we go.
Sure.
So about me, I graduated, not graduated, but actually passed school. Let me get back as far as that, which is like a long time ago, in Dehradun. So I'm born, brought up in Dehradun.
Okay.
And I did my schooling from there.
Right.
After doing my schooling, I was a completely lost child. I didn't know where to go. And as luck would have it, one of my colleagues said, why don't you fill up hotel school? It's good. And I filled up the form. I got through the bit. And when I went for my interview, they said, and that was in Delhi, and I was like, this is where I want to be. I saw the crowd, I saw the campus, I was like, this is what I want to do. So that's when it started.
Wow.
Unfortunately, when I got my result, I got selected for Bombay campus.
Okay.
And that's my journey coming into south of India. First time, from the hills to the coast.
Wow.
And since then, the coast has never left me. I've been always around water bodies.
Lovely.
So I've been in, I did my college from Institute of Dadar. Later on, I did my master's as well. I did from Symbiosis in Operations Management. I did it from Cornell University. I went to US and studied there.
Wow.
So, and when I was studying there, I got, awarded as the best student in DAM in 2011.
Fantastic.
As far as that. I also won the Best Food and Beverage Manager Award when I was with the Taj Manager.
Okay.
I've been in leadership programs for almost all the companies that I've worked in, actually, which is mostly two. One thing I want to tell you here is that I've been in hospitality long enough to really talk to students in colleges, and I always tell them one thing for sure, that I've seen so many cycles of business go up and down, economic meltdowns, wars, things like that globally, but we remain strong. When we dip, we surge even higher. And you'll see post-COVID, right? We surged higher.
It's massive, right?
It's massive. So that's my short message. through this journey.
And I love that because see, generally when my guests come on the MJ show, and for people who followed me in the past, you've had singers, YouTubers, all sorts of entertaining people. And in the first segment, when they come on the show for the first time, I call that first segment the origin story, to find out a little bit more about how they get to where they are at today. And it's always interesting to see how singers and artists find inspiration to do what they are doing. But I love the fact that, by the way, this is possibly the first of hopefully many more videos I'm going to do, where I'm going to talk to people in fields beyond music and entertainment. And I think it's important for young people to see that there is a massive world beyond just the glamorous things that they see. There is a huge career to be made. There is a long tenure that you can have in the hospitality industry, and it's something, like you said, which will always stay strong. There's never going to be a time when people are not want to go travel abroad or go to places for vacations and things like that. So something for all of you to learn right now. So you spend a lot of time, you finished your education, you work with some interesting places. Tell me about your time here in Goa. When did you join? I believe it was not very long ago, right?
I joined exactly 2 weeks ago.
Oh, 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
Okay. So how was it coming to Goa? I mean, like, was it something that was instantly, felt like, this is where I should be now for the next many years, or was it like a major culture change for you?
So before I get to Goa, I just want to tell you that while you do a lot of work with entertainment industry, I was doing my college, right, and then masters. We were taught hospitality as theatre.
Okay.
Which would mean that this is the stage.
Oh wow! I love
and
that.
we are performing on this stage.
How cool is that?
So, in a lot of ways, and when I talk to my colleagues and employees, when we actually come out of our lockers, bunkers, or at the time gate when we enter the hotel, we actually leave a lot of baggage outside, and that's when we enter, and then we become entertainers. We are just an extension of that.
That's fantastic. I've never looked at it that way, and it's so true. I remember I had this conversation with. I'll give you an example of something I heard Sonu Nigam say. That the moment you step on stage, right, there's a switch that goes on. You forget everything else in your life, everything that's going on, and you are an entertainer. You're supposed to give the audience there the best time. You have to be at the top of your game. And I'm assuming that's the same for all of your people, whether it's the chefs, whether it's the staff working, that when they are here, they've got to make sure that the audience, who are the customers here, have the best possible time. That's such a phenomenal analogy to the industry. I love that.
So I always feel that we are spreading happiness. My team is spreading happiness. We are sharing celebrations. We are celebrating joyous moments. We are celebrating birthdays. So we are actually part of you when you are there. So
I love that.
It's extremely fulfilling moment for us when we work in the industry. So we don't hire for skills. Obviously we have certain skill benchmarks, but we usually take attitude as the top priority. If you've got the attitude, we're going to hire you, because we can get the skills on board while you're here.
You can learn.
Yes, absolutely.
So, getting back to Goa, you got here about a couple of weeks ago.
So, a couple of weeks ago, and I started my journey with Accor about 8 years ago.
Okay.
And I was with Taj earlier. And it has been a phenomenal journey, because in the last 8 years, I've seen 3 different cities now. And I started with Bombay, and then from there I joined as an executive assistant manager, which is number 2 hotel. And then I took over a new hotel in Kochi, which is a completely different state to work in.
Right.
And it was the first Novotel in that, so you had to brand position yourself, you had to establish the Novotel brand over there. So we created fantastic campaigns, and we did a lot of work. And I think it was a perfect start to my journey as a general manager in the company.
Nice.
From there, in 1.5 years, I got talent spotted, and I was transferred to Bangalore, which is another dream city.
Wow.
Heard a lot of great things about the city, from a cosmopolitan culture, from a brew culture and everything. And I opened the Bloom here. Unfortunately, COVID happened, which I think happened to everyone.
Absolutely.
But it happened to me in the worst possible time. I was supposed to open the hotel on 22nd March.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Oh my Lord.
That was my launch party day.
My God.
So
that's the day the world went. Yeah.
So a lot of people had booked tickets to come for the launch. So my soft opening happened on 26th of February of 2020, and 3 weeks later, same day I was supposed to launch, I shut the hotel.
Unbelievable.
And we were shut for a good 9 months after that. But again, we came back, and we opened, position, And Brahmacure as a brand is a very, very deeply locally rooted brand. So I love working there. So complete shift from Novotel to Brahmacure, which is different in nature and style.
Right.
And then back to Novotel. So it's like a circular
Full circle,
journey.
yeah.
Circular journey.
Wonderful.
Now talking about Goa, Goa as a destination has been very, very exciting in the past few years. If you look at pan-India scenario, everybody wants to be in Goa. Everybody's posting about and talking about Goa. So for me, this is destination of the year announced by Patwa last year. And I am coming here to get 2 hotels, Novotel Goa, Candolim and Novotel Goa Resort and Spa. 2 unique and unique properties with different identities. And it's very exciting for me to be here. I just want to add on the food and beverage thing also.
Yeah.
Because Goa was a town where people come only for seafood, right?
Right.
I'm going to Goa, I'm going to go to daddy's, mommy's, nanny's shop and I'm going to try fish and seafood and this and that. That's what I did when I came for holiday.
Correct.
And I used to come here almost every year for holiday, barring last 4 years. But now the food scene has completely exploded in the city.
Yeah.
And you can see really good, progressive food, authentic food, different cuisines merged together. And I find that very exciting and very amazing. I myself am a food and beverage enthusiast.
That's wonderful. I mean, like I said, the food here has been spectacular. But you know what? I'm going to give you guys a chance to also see a little bit of both the properties. So check this out. Tell us a little bit about Goan cuisine. I mean, I know, like you said, for people who've come to Goa, they kind of come with a preconceived notion, or they know what to go and try. Some of the dishes from Goa have become famous all across the world. So tell us a little bit about some of the special Goan dishes that one can have when they come here to Novotel Goa Resort and Spa.
So let me begin by saying Goan food itself. Goan food itself is a melange of 2 distinct cultures. One is the Portuguese influence, obviously, which is because it was a Portuguese colony.
Correct.
Till much later from independence.
Right.
And that influence has come over from the roots, which was originally existing here. So which could be the old Konkan belt, sort of with the Karwar, Goa, Maharashtra belt, which is there.
Right.
So that is a beautiful blend of food that is happening here. Obviously, we cannot go without talking about the Vindaloo, right? The Vindaloo is the dish that has been global dish now. And Vindaloo has this unique vinegar which is used, which is made from coconut. So you cannot just use any vinegar to make Vindaloo.
Right.
Authentic Vindaloo comes from putting this coconut vinegar. Wow. I must add, about a sausage which is chorizo.
Yeah.
I've obviously heard about it. So this is a very unique sausage and it's only available in this part of the country.
Nice.
And globally, very few parts in the world make a blood sausage.
Right.
And it has huge, strong fragrance. It's amazing. It's really delicious. And you got to try that later, I hope. So these are a few things. Then I want to talk about bebinka.
This is the one thing, by the way, every time if I have come by myself to Goa, the one thing that Neha has always asked me to get, whether it's, if I've forgotten about it, then I picked it up at the airport or ideally at a good, place within the city, is bebinka. So for those of you who do not know what bebinka is, please let us know.
So bebinka is I think 17th century dessert created by a monk.
Okay.
And it's a 7-layered dessert which is made with coconut jaggery, flour and some eggs. And it's very basic when it comes to ingredient, but the whole composition looks very, very complex. Fantastic. And the taste is extremely nice. It's very light and flavorful and not heavy on the calorie part, I would assume.
Right. I think it's something that people who've eaten it will definitely love, but if you've never tried bebinka, that's definitely on your must-try list for sure. Like, trust me when I say this, you're gonna thank me later. You can, in fact, if you had bebinka, you can write down in the comments and tell me what exactly it is that you love about it. And for that matter, any other Goan food that you've enjoyed, do let us know in the comments, and we'd like to interact with you. Maybe the chef here, who's also by the way on Instagram, maybe he'll give you some more ideas on what you can try even if you are not in Goa, because the food here, like I said, is fantastic. Before we wrap up for today, I got to ask you, now that you've come and taken over these properties, what's the future plan? What do you want to see happen in both of these places? Because both of them have got a very distinct vibe also to it, and while both of them do have family friendly stuff, they are different in their own way. So tell us a little bit about what you plan for the future.
So Novotel as a brand is a very family friendly brand. It's one of the brand which is the most one of the strongest brands of Accor as a group. Accor as a group has 42 plus brands, and we are one of the brands that exist, but we are like the bedrock brand or focus brands for the company. In that family friendly nature, we have created two unique products, and my idea is to develop these two products and grow them from there.
Nice.
Novotel Resort and Spa, where we sit today, has a different feel. It has got a Balinese touch to it in the outdoor spaces. The spa is in a larger footprint. It's got a Turkish spa section, which is not there anywhere in Goa. It's a very unique. In fact, pan India you will find very few places which give Turkish spa.
Wow.
So we've got this unique space, and I'm going to further this whole spa experience. Apart from the whole build style, this is more set inside a village setup. It's got overlooking the the paddies and the village side. So this is more. The other hotel, which is the Novotel Goa Candolim, is a very live, vibrant, high energy sort of a space. And in that space we've created like a fun pool which is good for kids to enjoy. We've got an on-site casino.
Nice.
Where people can go and enjoy some thrill, obviously in a safe manner.
Correct.
And we've got suites which are unique in nature, which are in two levels, right? We've got like a living room underneath, and then you take the steps up to the first floor.
Wow. Okay.
So very good for young couples, honeymooners, who can book the suite coming to Goa. So fabulous. Very good products, and I want to further them as kind of create individual identities for these two products.
That's wonderful. And by the way, this space that we are in right now, the Novotel Goa Resort and Spa, is fantastic for families. For all my friends watching, for all the viewers watching right now, if you've got kids, this is a great place to bring your kids here. There's a lot of fun activities that they can do, and at the same time, while they're busy doing that, there's a lot of fun stuff that you can do as well. The spa, like Sachin said, is phenomenal. But apart from that, everything here, there's stuff to, by the way, even though it looks at paddy fields, the beach is just about 5 minutes walking distance from here. So you're not very far away from the beach either, but at the same time there are a lot of things that you can do within the resort as well. You want to have a staycation here, this is the place to do it, because the food here, you don't even need to step out to try out the local cuisine, because it will be made for you right here inside. I'm going to tell you, as I've already said multiple times during the episode, I've genuinely had a great time, and I'm looking forward to coming back again. But before we wrap up for today, if there's a message that you want to tell everybody watching right now, or if you just want to invite them to your properties, now's the time.
As a passionate hotelier, avid traveler and foodie, I would like to suggest that please, when you visit a destination, you should look beyond the obvious. And Goa is beyond just its beaches. Of course you can go to the beach, and that's one of the highlights of Goa. But you should definitely explore other parts of Goa, and definitely explore the local food. We have a great local cuisine expert chef here in our hotel, who's a master chef, and he can create some delectable dishes for you.
Absolutely. I second that. And you know what? Now there's no more talking to be done. There's just some food to be enjoyed. You guys can have a look at what we're going to be having right now. But if you want to find out more about this place, follow them on social media. Like I always say, when my guests are singers and artists, and I tell you that the best way to support them is go listen to their music and share it with everyone. Share this video where you found out a little bit more about these two Novotel properties with all of your friends who are planning their next Goa vacation. Maybe they can choose this as their next property. I'm going to give you the links, or I'm going to tag all the people, the Goa properties, the Novotel properties that Sachin told you about. I'm going to give you his Instagram handle as well. If you have questions, you can maybe pester him as well on Instagram, and I'm hoping that he'll give you some answers. And of course, the chef here, chef's name is
Pradeep Singh.
Pradeep Singh. So I'm going to give you his Instagram handle as well. You can ask him in advance. When you're going to come to Goa, I want this, I want this, I want this. This is all there. And if you have any questions about the food, you can ask him that as well. But you know what? With this said, this is pretty much all the time we have for now. This is Mr. Sachin Maheshwari. I'm Mihir Joshi, and this was a very, very different episode of the MJ Show. I hope you enjoyed it. Let me know what you thought about it in the comments below. I'll see you guys.